Will died.
Yeah, he got his
brain
capitated.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
He got his capitated.
Indeed.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Modern Idiots. My name is Rory.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Sarah.
Today we have our season finale of Three Body Problem, episode 8.
Are you gonna woo this time? I wooed last time. You got mad, so it's your turn to woo.
Woo!
There we go.
All right, we got our finale. We are looking forward to it. Lots of questions to be answered. In celebration, we have our little season finale cocktail. Sarah was generous enough to make them for us.
It's a Cosmo.
It is a Cosmo.
Like the cosmos.
Space themed.
Space theme. Yes, we are aware that it is short for cosmopolitan and it's not space related. But, you know, we said, fuck it. We're just...
We work with what we got.
We were more interested in just having the drink.
And you know, we've got three bodies right here.
Exactly. We got 3 bodies drinking a Cosmo.
And it has lime in it and a lime peel, so we got green going in
That's just
there.
not relevant.
What does the green have? What?
Green is very sci-fi. You told me.
God damn it.
What?
That is a hell of a stretch.
Wow.
But, you know, yes, it is green. There's green in it, too.
Green is a sci-fi color.
As you guys can see, very green. Definitely not the opposite of green and, you know, pinkish red.
Okay, you're the one who wanted me to get the galaxy-changing color pea flower.
No. We are very appreciative, Sarah.
Yeah, well,
it actually fits our name very well, Modern Idiots. We got the drink that represents it pretty well.
It's better than your sangria last week.
That is true.
Was
My
red
sangria...
wine with fucking blueberries in it.
For those
anyone wondering, we had a blueberry sangria for our Blue Eye Samurai season finale. It was not particularly good drink.
It wasn't sangria.
But it had blue in it, and that's all that matters.
The
same way that this is Cosmos, which is all that matters.
Yeah, it tastes better.
It certainly does. So, what happened last time, guys, before we go into our final episode here?
Will died.
Kinda.
That's it. Yeah, Will kind of died. His brain was taken out.
His brain is being nuclearly catapulted to aliens.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
His mind is alive, but the rest of him is...
Well, we think. We've never had it done before.
Supposedly. The idea is that it's supposed to be alive. It'd be pretty sad if it just didn't work.
Yeah. Wheel's brain is in like a vegetative frozen state right now.
Yep.
We'll see what happens there.
Augie pieced out. She WikiLeaked her nanotech and then went to an undisclosed location. So I imagine she'll probably be back at some point in this episode.
That's my bitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Augie said, fuck it. We leak it, and we're out. We'll see what happens.
Saul was told a shitty joke that he doesn't understand and that we also don't understand. That there's supposed to be a clue
we don't know that it's a shitty joke. It might be hilarious.
I don't think so.
I thought it was a pretty funny joke in time. That's my sense of humor.
It's from the lady that none of us can remember her name, but the one who started it all, who, you know...
We call her Traitor.
It's crazy. I remember Vera's name so much because they say it over and over again. Vera.
I can't remember
like, she's not
else.
even... She's like the one character that I don't even see. Like, with the face.
And then this lady, no name, Traitor, went back to China to sort of where it all began, to kill herself. And then the weird, creepy lady... that we saw in the first few episodes.
I think you said her name was Tatiana.
Yes, that's right. The one who killed Jack showed up there to kill her, and it seems
they
like...
have a common goal.
Yes, but Tatiana has...
Not so different, you and I. Both trying to kill you.
Who'll get there first. But Tatiana actually heard from the Lord, and so it seems like the Lord hasn't abandoned her.
You sound like a fanatic when you say that.
Hey, look. Worship who we worship, you know?
Hey, honestly, if aliens started calling me a bug in the sky and had that tech, I'd be like, you know what? Fair point. Fair play.
I almost did a gummy worm-based drink. Because bugs.
Yeah.
Bugs.
Save that for next time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll save that for
Season 2.
Hootie when his love of bugs for our Owl House.
Not doing anything to celebrate Hootie.
It's fair.
So put like a tombstone in the ground.
One day there'll be Hootie fans.
Doubtful.
All right, well, I think that
all the
covers the main
lines,
things.
yeah.
I'm sure that we're missing some stuff, but we'll get into it in this final episode.
If you want to know what happens, watch it yourself.
Yeah, you guys already know. So without further ado, let's get into this final episode. Dude.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, wise man. Can't remember my name. Didn't know 2 minutes would last this long.
There's some black and white. It's a silver, please.
Oh shit.
I did not
Damn.
see that one coming.
The
I
fuck?
forgot about that. Ooh.
How the fuck do you forget about that?
No, she was on screen for like half a sec.
Oh, she dead. Holy shit.
I thought this character ended when he like ordered the Uber. I forgot it went on for like a
Wait, what did he say?
philosophical conversation.
I think he said, huh.
Oh. Hey, my guy.
Sorry about Nora. Close friend? You're a cop?
It's like, who?
Not exactly, no. It's been a rough year.
It's like, who the fuck is this guy?
I forgot that they had like met.
Yeah.
What did you two chat about? What the fuck is this?
Here's the thing. She went and met one person before she left the country, and that was you. 3 days later, she's murdered in China.
What?
Along with one of my men. The car that hit Nora was under autonomous control. It was
Oh, so fun.
I know what autonomous means.
The 2 cars that collided on the street were under autonomous control.
It's probably just Elon.
That someone or something hacked into the onboard computers of all 3 cars seconds before the accident, with further reason to believe that they were targeting you.
So I wonder if they just like off-screen killed her, or if like
5 minutes, sir.
she's not actually dead.
Put them on. They're bulletproof.
They look
Nice.
comfy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it doesn't look so bad.
Get my bulletproof jammies.
I would love some fireproof jammies.
Dude, I'm not getting in a plane. If they can take over like autonomous vehicles,
Yeah. But maybe it doesn't work so well when it's like, you know, manually driven.
maybe. I feel like a lot of planes though are all like autopilot.
I think they can be, but if you take them off autopilot, like maybe the Sophons can't do as much.
Like, yeah, I feel like they'd still be able to just like turn the power off.
Yeah, maybe.
If they can take over and steer.
I like his glasses.
Yeah.
I actually used to have a pair just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that ponytail swing.
I'd like these seats
She
included
means
in the study
business.
schedule.
Yeah.
Anyone that's going to tell me what's going on?
I'm afraid I'm not authorized to do that.
Oh,
But you'll hear
that's Big Head from Silicon Valley.
I brought down a suit and tie for you to change into before the ceremony. I had to guess at the size, but it should be fine.
He's wearing what he's wearing.
What ceremony?
The 4th meeting of the Planetary Defense Council. We face an enemy far more powerful than we are. An enemy that thinks we are bugs. An enemy that watches our every move. Ah, but I was mistaken when I spoke before. Humanity still has secrets. They cannot read our minds. This is the basis of what we call the Wallfacer project. We have chosen 3 people to formulate and direct strategic plans. They will develop these plans entirely in their own minds, sharing them with no one, until the time is right to execute. Ththese Wallfacers
3 bodies.
will be granted great authority,
Yeah.
allowing them to exploit all our resources.
3 people? I don't know.
As long as they violate no international laws, the Wallfacers never need to explain their actions and commands.
That's kind of cool.
Now, on behalf of the United Nations, the first Wallfacer, General Hu Bo Lin.
Seems like you would want more than 3.
The second Wallfacer, Professor Layla
Hey,
Ayush,
baby.
fighting and
I wonder if he's the 3rd.
asymmetrical battles.
Don't you think they'd tell him?
Maybe it's
And
Wade.
finally, the third Wallfacer, Saul Durant.
Look at you, smarty.
Don't you think he should know this?
He's like, what?
Mr. Durant, please.
Maybe that's part of the strat. The other two know.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
he
but the
doesn't.
other 2 know.
Durant.
Well, I'm assuming the other two know. They seem less shaken by it.
No, I'm assuming the other two know as well.
Yeah.
That's why would they tell?
He's like, I'm too high.
He's like, I saw someone die earlier today. Like,
Why me?
You always have to remember, Mr. Duran, that we are being watched. Especially now. The enemy will always be watching you. So, why were you chosen? Let's just say the enemy knows why.
I reject all the powers of the Wallfacer. I won't do it, okay? You got the wrong man.
You're free to do anything.
He's still the Wallfacer.
I'm not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
I wonder though, like how like they knew to choose him versus like Jin or something.
Something just outside. Please let me walk with you.
No.
Dies.
You're right.
Yeah, he might have to rethink it. Why wouldn't they go for his head?
I think you don't aim for the head because it's a smaller target.
Not too much.
I can't be cocktail goldfish.
Wouldn't they know he's wearing bulletproof clothing?
Just don't let him die. Okay.
Maybe not.
They know everything.
Only if they're present.
They're always present.
I think it's more they can be anywhere because they're so small and can travel at speed of light, but they aren't actually everywhere at the same time.
I would just think they'd constantly be on Saul if he was chosen for this.
Yeah, so they likely are near him at any given moment. But it's not. Correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that they can be anywhere, but they're not necessarily everywhere.
Agreed.
I just think for the people we're seeing, they probably are.
Likely, but there's only two of them, as we know. So there's 3 Wallfacers. Maybe that's why they picked 3, because at best,
Yeah.
their 2 savants could be only on 2 of them at a time.
It was my fault. You wanted to protect me, I didn't let you.
Will you let me know?
Yay!
Thank you.
I feel like they'd be kind of cute.
Shooter.
Why do you always try to pair everyone into like goddamn?
I like them together.
No, you read me. Didn't Sensu say that?
Oh no, from Manchester.
I want to talk to him.
So like, does the whole world know that he can do whatever the fuck he wants? Like, how do you explain that? They just go up to like a bank and be like, "Give me all the money," and they're like, "Oh, you're the Wallfacer for sure."
I assume so.
Turn it down.
I know it's fucking insane to triple check the numbers at this point.
Did you adopt me and forget to tell me? Or
Second, we're fucked. It's over. It'll all have been for nothing.
is this about Will?
Of course it's about Will. I stole the last weeks of his life from him. And now we're blasting him into space on a totally untested mission. God knows if we'll even make it off the launch pad. Do you know how complicated this is? Do you understand the chances of him making it?
It's not him.
What?
Oof.
You keep saying him.
You loved him.
I love him. He's still alive.
Oof.
Well, I hope it works. I really did.
She didn't say she's in love with him.
I feel like it was
Yeah.
implied.
But to your active boyfriend, like...
Yeah.
I respect a lot of what Raj says, but that whole, like, it's not a him thing,
Yeah.
swing and a miss there. I didn't like that.
You're not the most sensitive thing either.
Who is Saul Duran and why was he?
Are you injured? I'm okay. I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't aim for your head.
That's what I said.
Should have gone.
And you'd be free of yours. I'm already free of mine. I told the Secretary General I rejected the Wallfacer position. You're a funny man. I'm just telling you the truth. I thought I was clever too before I learned the truth.
Oh, this guy's crazy.
What's true?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, you call them my superiors, but they're your superiors too.
Fanatical crazy.
If they're so fucking superior, why do they care if I live or die? You tried to murder a man that you never met on the directive of aliens that you never met. Why? I've gone to be a soldier in the army of the Lord. The Wallfacer project, it's public now, right?
Oh yes, the whole world knows.
And they know that I refuse to be a Wallfacer.
Yes, that was included in the announcement.
So why are you still here?
I'm in charge of your day-to-day liaison.
New favorite character.
This reminds me of trying to order iced coffee where they had ice and coffee but couldn't
I
figure out
am
how to
not-
put them together.
I rejected the offer.
You did.
I want to see the Secretary General.
She's waiting for you.
So I knew you would not enjoy this.
They always come back.
I'm not sure it matters whether you truly are a Wallfacer. What matters is what people believe. And non-people. I don't know what's inside your mind.
Oh,
Neither
no
do
kidding.
they.
I do not want this job.
I don't believe it's a terrible job.
Then what am I doing? And don't tell me that the enemy is watching because I don't care. I have no fucking idea how to fight aliens. And they won't be here for another 400 years, so why don't we all relax and just smoke a G because we're all gonna be dead by then.
I've had the same thought many times, but we owe it to our descendants to fight for them.
Why was I chosen?
No one knows.
What?
No one knows.
Because
Well,
I
who
have no
chose?
reason why you picked me.
You'll have to find your own answer.
What does that even mean? You ruined my life. And now you're giving me this bullshit?
No, I'm sorry, truly. We're taking a huge gamble on you. I don't expect to live long enough to see whether it pays off. But I pray that it does.
It's a hell of a responsibility.
I'm so curious though, like who picked him?
Yeah.
The aliens.
No.
Yes, Mr. Earl.
My friend is being launched into space tomorrow. I'd like to see him off.
Of course, Mr. Earl.
So what, he can do anything in the world?
As long as it doesn't break international law.
Oh, I thought they said he was immune to international law.
No, he's immune to anything as long as it doesn't break international law.
Okay.
What if it breaks domestic law? Does that count as international law?
Fair enough. As long as it's not international law.
If it is international law, it's not really enforceable.
Yeah. So so he has free reign.
Can this bitch
Like,
die
I'm gonna be
already?
denounced by the UN.
I swear to God, I hate this woman. Is she pregnant?
I don't think so.
Okay. We don't need little hers. Is she gonna get sniped?
I don't think so.
Is there gonna be an alien? Hey, sort of. Oh my God, I hate her.
Yeah, the actress does a pretty good job.
I still don't understand how this headset. Did they ever explain how this headset was created?
No,
No.
not yet.
It's a lot heavier than a sofa. On.
Can you imagine walking into a trailer and finding this? I'd scream.
I think she's seen weirder stuff.
No, I mean if you walked in
Oh,
and she
like-
were sitting in there with that on
Oh,
her.
okay. Yeah, no. Well, to be fair, I'm not entering any strange
Yeah, it's trailers.
trailer in the middle of the woods with the door wide open.
More likely to enter it than one with the door closed.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Liquid nitrogen.
What if they just drop it?
Just getting the cold brew ready.
Ew, don't say that. It's gross. Good luck, Will.
That's a security. You don't want allowed to go hungry.
They're in there.
Wheat, corn, peas, chili pepper. I heard you like spicy food.
Aww. He's got a heart.
So where's Augie?
Who knows? On the spaceship.
I thought Saul was gonna be here. Maybe he's watching somewhere else.
Bye, Will.
Just explodes.
My one request was no sci-fi, and I've got to say, this really is quintessential sci-fi.
I feel like the rocket part's really the least sci-fi thing we've had this
Yeah,
entire
that's not
show.
fiction. That's just
That's
science.
like,
It's spacey. With the severed head in the compartment. It's pretty sci-fi.
Well, that
We
part.
don't know for sure that there's not been a spaceship sent up with a severed head in it. I
feel
bet someone
confident.
would have done that at that point. Right after the dogs were sent up, they did the severed heads, and then they went on to the living humans.
Oh, yay.
I missed it.
Saul, should you be here? Is it safe?
Bulletproof.
Was that the same one?
I'm sure they have multiple.
This one's
No, they just pointed at the
Yeah,
hole.
it has a hole in it.
Almost. It's in
Hilarious.
the exosphere.
Hey, good to see you all right. Thanks.
There's actually a couple of hours before the capsule reaches the first detonation. You wanna get some air?
Dang.
Poor Raj.
That was cold. Wow, she hates him.
Well, so what happens when you call Willa not he?
At least they can still be outside sometimes.
Remember last year?
Yeah.
We
Snow,
were worried
sniper,
about whatever the fuck we were worried
lines
about.
of sight.
Can you imagine someone pops up with a little shark fin?
I want to go back in time and punch myself in the face.
So a Chinese general, a Kurdish war hero, and Saul Rand.
Right? It's completely insane.
They even tell you why you were chosen.
Nope. I have an idea though. Stupid.
Well,
Told me. She hates what we did to Will. I hate what we did to Will.
He made his choice. And he would have done anything for you.
That's helpful.
No.
He loves you.
God. Probably not what she wants to hear.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be a dick, but
No.
we did. I hope someone loves me that much someday.
Mm-hmm. Maybe someone already does.
At Augie.
There she is.
Sí, no. Si lo gustas bien, y me aseguraré que así sea. Se termina la epidemia.
oof.
Bueno, pues, ¿nos vamos a quedar hablando o lo vamos a tratar?
How long has it been for her hair to grow that long? Wasn't it like real short?
Yeah.
I think it's been a minute.
First stage boosters 1, 2, 3, 4 have been injected successfully. Expecting telemetry confirmation of power firing and deployment of the sail from RC nuclear detonations.
What the fuck is that?
The sail. I think.
Solar sail, baby! Never get tired of seeing them in sci-fi shows.
Yeah, it's cool.
Seems pretty sci-fi. What does it do?
It uses solar radiation to
Sail.
propel. I believe.
Yeah.
Deployment confirms nominal sail deployment. Growth acceleration via successive nuclear detonations imminent. Approaching the first of our nuclear detonations.
I feel like this is not gonna work.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This might not be a solar sail.
First detonation successful. 4, 3,
She looks too excited.
I know.
It makes me worried.
So are they gonna watch all of them?
No, stop. The excitement is too much. It's too stressful.
Yep.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o.
Yeah, I kind of saw that one coming.
all hands. Be advised we've had an anomaly. Trajectory is deviating from the predicted value.
That's not what you want.
Nope. They not have like a backup plan or something? I don't really know what it would be, but other detonations like nearby to get it back on track.
I don't think it works that way. I think it requires too much precision to have an on-the-cuff adjustment.
still think it was a terrible idea to take, like, the lead scientist involved and one of the people closest to her.
It's the only, like...
He's the only person dying who's really, really smart. Yeah, no, I don't believe that. There are 8 billion people in the world. They could have found someone other than Will. Also, did it even matter?
Oh.
What?
Maybe it's a show for the
Or
aliens.
maybe it's part of the plan.
So that they think it didn't work. They're tricking them.
It's the joke. No, it's just in space forever.
At least he's not conscious,
Supposedly.
right?
Yeah.
Has no thoughts, so it's like being dead, right?
Yeah.
Or is it like being in a coma? Because that would be worse.
You want to get it for him.
This goes back to your no flying thought.
Yep.
Fuck.
We hope you enjoyed your flight, Mr. Wade.
We would have liked to meet Mr. Downey. And we hope to meet you, if your hibernation technology works.
Well, I said they'd like to meet him though, so I feel like they would kill him.
They said if it works.
Must be doing something right.
Yes, you're a strong leader. We want you to know there will be a place for you when we arrive. You are part of our plan.
Not if he's dead.
I don't think they're planning on killing him.
Ew!
We'll always be with you. Every room you enter, we'll already be there waiting for you.
Oof.
Until the day you die.
Kind of forgot about the whole countdown.
Yeah.
Oh, what
yikes.
the fuck? Is that supposed to be him in the future?
I think it was just like a dead version of him.
I thought they had torn his eyes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like that's the way it was supposed to be. For me, it was just like him, like gone crazy and.
I mean, that would drive me
out.
pretty insane, I think.
Yeah. Well, the countdown got to 0, and he saw a weird vision, but he was fine.
Lost a few battles and now you're giving up the war. You will. When he told me you got that probe moving faster than any man-made object ever.
It was a failure.
Slow or dumb and we die easy.
It's a good combo.
Or bugs.
Bugs are very fast, Saul.
Come on, go for a drive.
Just drive straight into the ocean.
Honestly, I wouldn't judge them.
People hate bugs. They try to get rid of them forever. Look around. They're not going anywhere.
It's actually a pretty good
Yeah.
uplifting thing.
Yeah.
For the bugs.
He makes a good point. Like
Yeah.
say we will about bugs, but hard to get rid of them.
We've got work to do.
He's my favorite character.
Always is.
Clarence.
Yes. It's a great shot.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I had one shot like this, my career would be done.
All right,
Dang.
we're now equally caught up, and I can share my
I
thoughts.
feel like I still have so many more questions than answers.
Oh, for sure. There are so many mysteries left to be solved.
But honestly, I don't really give a fuck about like how do the headsets work or like the science behind things, you know? Like
Oh, I'm the opposite. I love
Yeah,
getting
me
the
too.
science stuff. Like when they, like, I know we talked about it before when they were explaining the sophons, but I love the explanations they give because I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like you travel this distance by just doing a proton-sized thing. Like I love the explanations when they're like plausible to
well, it
me.
makes sense as a sci-fi fan.
Yeah. well,
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like I don't know. I care more about like the relationships and like what will happen to the people. But like,
Yeah.
No, fair enough.
I feel like I
That's
have
also a
less
big part of the
questions
show.
because of most of the questions seem to revolve around the sci-fi element.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but no.
That's just my favorite part of the show. So.
Yeah. I don't know. The big question for me is like I really want to know why. We know that Saul, out of the 5 of them, out of the Oxford 5, is supposedly the prodigy, the smartest one.
Yeah. I don't know if we go so far as to say that. That seems a little conclusive, but it's definitely been hinted that like he's very smart.
Well, all the
and
other characters in their 5 think he's the smartest one.
Yeah, but Yes, like he.
Smart is
My
a very
understanding is
subjective
he
term.
probably is, but everyone in that group is really smart.
Yes,
and
no, true.
There's too much show left that like I don't know if one that might hit me with a really smart thing, and I'm like, oh damn, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, fair. I'm more just mean like in universe, like supposedly he is the smartest one.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
according to all the other smart ones. So I'm curious as to like what. Like, but like we know that, and like, but like the show, like the people whoever chose him, who has the power to choose them?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It wasn't like was there a vote? Was there like I feel
Very-
like no one would vote that random guy.
Very intentional that they did not reveal it.
Like I would have expected
I
Jin or like Wade or something like who've been leading it behind the scenes anyways. Like I feel like no one knows who he is.
Yeah. I mean, he is known. You know, like he's presumably published articles in his research.
Sure, but
I feel like
not-
people in the scientific community know him.
Yeah, but I feel like even comparatively to Jin and Augie, I feel like he's lesser known.
Yeah.
And has
has
played a smaller part, right? Like Augie and Jin both had played major parts in this plan with Will, or even before Will, with getting their hands on the Lord's communication with the whole nano.
Yeah, with Judgment Day.
Yeah, exactly. So I really want to know why, in universe, who chose him, why they chose him, what his theory is behind why they chose him. Since he hinted, he was he's like, I think I have an idea, and then didn't say what it was. And I'm wondering if his idea is that he was because he was told by, he was given some sort of hint. Mm-hmm. Which I think he knows. He knows it's a hint, but he can't figure it out by the lady that died.
Yeah, our whole theory of what that conversation means.
Yeah.
Seems like he maybe knows better than we do at this point.
Exactly. And then we still need to know who Wade's been working with, because he's clearly been working with people.
Yeah.
I want to know what he told Jin, because that seemed to be somewhat because she sort of stopped crying after he said it. She had a facial expression of not pure sadness.
I have a thought here, and I've been wanting to share this for so long, but I couldn't because it would obviously be a spoiler. I think Will's thing didn't blow up.
Yeah,
I think it worked. I think he's on the way, and I think it's kind of like when they made the stars disappear.
It's a
or whatever.
fake feed.
I think it's a deep fake where it looks like it exploded. So actually, one of you guys kind of said during the episode.
I said it.
Okay, Sarah, you said that it was a trick for the Santee, kind of like it was Wade's plan, hey, we're gonna make it look like it didn't work to trick the Santee. I think it's the opposite. I think it's the Santee making us think it didn't work, so that we're oh shit, Will didn't make it, he died, it depresses us, all that stuff. But they know, we're just tricking them. We're gonna get Will, we're gonna pick him up, we're gonna do all our things, but we're gonna make them the humans think that it didn't work
and waste time trying to figure something else out.
Yeah. So that's my theory, because they've alluded a lot to hey, they control what we see, they control our sensations, and especially when it's that deep space stuff.
Yeah.
It really makes me think that
I like that theory,
because they're building up. They build up this whole Will thing, and what's he gonna do part of the plot, and maybe it is just a case of a red herring, and maybe he did actually get destroyed. But I feel it's gonna turn out to be the case that he made it, and we just don't know until whenever that comes back into play.
Yeah, that can make sense. But then I'm definitely curious on what Wade said to her.
Yeah. Well,
if it wasn't that, if it's not him being oh yeah, we did this on purpose, because it was the Santee, so he is in the dark as well.
I don't think Wade, he might, but
right.
If I were guessing, I think that whole kind of joke conversation is kind of implying hey, use the fact that we can lie to our advantage.
Agreed.
And the fact that they can't, against them.
Yeah.
And I think somehow it plays into this whole, if you can figure out, Saul, if you can figure out that, how to use that, then that this Will thing, maybe isn't as...
Right.
Straightforward as you think. Maybe there is some kind of mischief here, and then use that to your advantage. So you figure out that Will is not dead.
Yeah.
but that they think that we think he's dead. Kind of the whole Princess Bride situation. They know that we know that they know that. And you just come out smarter than the other in that exchange.
I don't
that's
think she was alluding though to. Well, I don't think she would have known the plans.
Which she?
The
one who started it all.
Yeah, I don't think when she made the joke. I agree that it had something to do with like figure out the lying thing and like use that to your advantage. I don't think it was specific to this whole will thing. Cause I don't think she would.
Yeah, probably not. That's probably too
way.
much of a stretch. But I
yeah,
do think I think it's more not so much that like she was thinking about that for Will, but more when Saul was thinking about it afterwards, where he was like realizing why did they pick me? Why did they pick me? And I think that he thinks he was like, oh, it's because I'm able to think about them differently and use like what that lady was saying like. To my advantage, I don't think the other Wallfacers are going to do that. Like one's a military mind, one's well, actually both.
I mean, both military minds. Yeah. What's interesting though is like Wade also like Wade has listened to the tape, so he knows that they can't lie. He knows that they don't understand lies. So I feel like he also must have something going on in the background. Like I feel like he wouldn't just like ignore that.
Well, that's the whole Wallfacer project. Remember, like when he was pick a number, like in my head, and I think that's what sparked this whole thing of, which I actually find really clever. I like when shows like show you like, hey, this is how we're gonna combat this situation. And I think it's a really clever thing where it's like, hey, here's an enemy that can mind read and has this technology that makes our scientific experiments really tough to roll out and get useful information from. I think it's really clever. They were like, you know what? Yeah. An enemy that is this difficult, you have to keep the plan in your mind.
Right.
And I'm excited to see where they go with that. Because it makes it so that it only works if the character is smart. And that's always exciting to me. Because I'm always hopeful that the writing makes the character smart.
Yeah,
and it's like the show succeeds or fails based off of that.
Yeah.
And if it succeeds and the character does clever things and the plan is clever and everything kind of shapes up in a satisfying way,
that Sister Sage.
it's good. Yeah. But when it's not, then obviously it's the opposite and it's not fun to watch. So I have hope, especially because this is like based off a book series.
Right.
That like I know it's already kind of been figured out. And presumably it was satisfying, hence why they picked it up for a show. So it gives me hope, and that makes me excited for the future seasons.
What do you guys think happens to Augie? Or like how she gets back involved?
Sarah?
I think eventually she probably calls Saul back.
Yeah,
better call Saul.
Maybe that's why they picked him. They watched the show and like, you know what? We're gonna need at least one Saul in our Wallfacers.
There you go.
Here's the scientist. He meets the criteria.
I am curious as well if like the other, like obviously in this episode they're focus only on Saul, but if in like the next couple seasons they're going to focus on the other two Wallfacers as well, if we're going to follow them, or if they're more sort of just like side characters.
I did think it was interesting how one of the Wallfacers was like a Chinese man, only because like this whole like alien invasion was kind of started from the Chinese government reaching out to like to the cosmos, and like sure they weren't like, you know, as we know, our main girl, she kind of went rogue and did her own stuff, but they were trying to contact aliens. That was the whole point, and I'm surprised the governments were like,
I know, that's what I'm trying
to figure out. One of the three will be
especially if they already have the military thing covered, so like that's why I'm like, they've got to explain at some point, like who decided and what the criteria was.
Yeah. Not to imply that like no Chinese person is a good person because one of them did this awful thing. We get all that, but just in general, like you have three people to pick from the whole world.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they went with someone from the nation that kind of started this whole thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of irrelevant.
I don't know.
It probably is.
Probably, but
I don't think this.
But
dude
I feel
is
like in reality, like the way that governments work, right? Like think about like today's day and age.
Like
right?
in universe, I'm surprised the U.S. didn't throw a shit fit or like
exactly.
you know, whatever. Be like, no, you can't have this. We're in this crock of shit because of you. You know?
Yeah.
Not to say that they're right. I'm just surprised that they would let it happen.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
Not because it's the right choice to let it, right or wrong choice to let it happen, but just I just don't think that realistically they would ever even consider it.
Yeah.
But maybe that dude's badass. Like maybe in books 2 and 3, like obviously none of us have read the books.
Yeah.
Maybe that character that we just got introduced to is actually rad as fuck, and we're excited to see him. But up until that moment, I'm a little like, interesting choice.
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting to me in general that they chose 2 war people. I feel like they'd probably want to diversify as much as possible.
I mean, I get it. Like, it is a war. It's the war of wars.
Sure.
You know, you want probably your best military minds, especially when they have like whatever they want. You know,
Yeah.
you can do whatever you want formulating this plan. I'm not mad at like 2 of the 3 of them being primarily military focused, and then having one of the third be like
Just
more of a
science,
abstract science, like think outside the box type with Saul. But we'll see. I mean,
yeah. No, I'm excited. I wonder, do we know the release date for the 2nd season? Probably hasn't been announced yet.
I don't, but yeah, like we just know that season 2 and 3 have been confirmed.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it.
Man, keep finishing the shows that I like.
What do you
give me
think?
season
Yeah.
2.
I just because this is our last episode and we're not going to really discuss it much more, in the weeks to come. What do you think is going to happen with our main girl, Jay? Not Jin. The one who called the aliens.
Oh, you mean the one who's supposedly dead?
Yeah, because again, like now they're all. I don't think she's dead at all. Not for a second. I don't think she's dead.
Yeah, the fact that it was
all.
off screen. But yeah, I don't know like what else. Like, I don't know if they like captured her or like what the plan is there.
Because she made that like kind of subtle, smallish threat to them. Like, I got a couple of tricks up my sleeve. You bastards. You left me like a.
But I wonder if that like
Let's fight.
I can't tell if like the sleeve, the trick was like letting Saul into it.
Maybe
or...
so that could be it. I just feel like it's not that.
Yeah, I do agree that like they wouldn't off screen her, but then also at the same time Tatiana sort of like came back and like wasn't with her.
Yeah.
And like.
But there's so many ways that could go.
Yeah,
like,
sure. But if Tatiana was supposed to kill her, I'm curious. No, I know there are different ways. I'm just curious as to what that would be, right? Because like I feel like Tatiana, as far as we're aware, which is part of the issue, is that like Tatiana's like, yeah, I'm gonna kill you. And so I wonder, like, if Tatiana changed plans or, like... Because it seemed like it did seem legitimate in that she was going to try and kill herself. Like, I believed that at the beginning. So I'm curious, like, if she was going to kill herself either way, and Tatiana was also sent to kill her, like, I feel like she must have been captured or something, if she's not dead, which I feel like it would be off screen, but
it's
I
also
don't know.
possible that the trick up her sleeve was like, I'm already here to do this.
Yeah, true.
Maybe.
Can you let me do it myself?
But I feel like it's impossible to theorize, like, what... I feel like there's not enough context of the fact of, 1, whether or not she's even alive, and 2, if she is alive, under what circumstances.
Yeah.
And...
But just speculating, I think there's no way she's dead. And I think she's going to be involved in the upcoming seasons, and she's going to, like, be part of the resistance. Because she has kind of
it seems like
she's like she knows now that her lord has abandoned her. She even like admitted like when during that whole conversation, like, do you really think they're here to help us? And she's like, no, not anymore.
Yeah.
So I think she is now like aware that they're not here to help and is gonna fight back.
Yeah.
And I'm just really curious what she's gonna do because every time she's done something, it's been
a big
interesting.
thing. Yeah.
And I'm excited to see more.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of, who knows, maybe she'll meet up with Augie and wherever she is.
Yeah. And then just a...
Oh yeah, and Raj still needs to go to space.
Yeah, true. The whole space station. That's probably, the backup plan now that their whole will situation didn't seem to go like the way
according
they
thought.
According to plan. And again, like, I'm just speculating he's still alive. Maybe it actually did all go to shit.
Yeah.
And then last thing before we wrap this up, just because it's the other kind of mystery of the show that they've really talked about, the headsets. I thought that the headsets were going to be pretty much done by this
me
point.
too. wasn't
I
expecting
thought it
that.
was really just like get to that, solve the 3 body problem,
Right.
figure out what they're dealing with, and they talk to you and recruit you. But then Tatiana just got one,
Yeah.
and I don't think we saw what she saw when she put it on. So
No, it didn't.
but I doubt it's the same thing that we've seen.
I
so
doubt it's the
far,
same thing we've
so-
seen so far. I don't know where they're coming from or who's creating them.
Yeah, I don't think they were sent. I think they were made.
I think
here
they were
on
made
Earth.
too. That's my thought process.
I think the
as
only
well.
things that were sent were the 2 Sophons.
Yeah.
I think everything else has been man-made. It's interesting that they still have agents working for them.
I
Like,
know.
obviously, we knew Tatiana, but then even that sniper was kind of like one of the first people we've seen still working for them since they left
Yeah.
humanity. So interesting to see that they still have agents working for them, and definitely makes them more of a threat when
Yeah.
they have operatives.
Yeah, and they have actual physical beings to help.
Yeah,
Fucking shoot sniper rifles.
especially with all-seeing Sophons.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
kind of around. But yeah, unless there's anything, Sarah, anything you want to add before we wrap this up? Any
No.
final thoughts? Any hopes for the next couple seasons?
No, I mean, of course, I hope Will's alive, but that's it.
Yeah,
No
me
couple
too.
goals.
Well, I mean, they're
Who are you
contingent
shipping?
on-
Who are you shipping between the characters?
I mean, it's contingent on Will being alive.
You want Will and Jin to
You want
figure
Will and
it out.
Jen?
Yeah, I feel like nothing I'm gonna say about this is gonna be groundbreaking. Like, it's the characters
Doesn't have
that you
to
would
be.
assume people want together.
Well,
Yeah.
do you want
Yeah.
Saul with Augie or do you want Saul with Wong?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Clarence.
I mean, either. I'd be happy with either.
All right. On that note,
I also ship Will and Jen.
agreed.
Saul and Augie, I'm still warming up to.
Yeah, I'm iffy on that one.
No,
We'll
I'd
see.
be happy for them to get together.
I'd be happy for them, but it's like when you got friends, you're like on and off again. And you're just like,
Yeah,
obviously you're my friend. I want you to be happy, but also like, really?
yeah, exactly.
I just feel like
Figure it out. Yeesh.
they have very good chemistry.
They do, but they also seem
Yeah.
to like hate each other half the time.
That's part of their chemistry.
Sure.
It's like him and Nora have that banter.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
What's interesting is I think, and correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that Augie in the books is actually like a Chinese dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So a little change here in the show, and not that like it matters, but it's just interesting when you think about like shipping or just like
Yeah.
that inner character relationships, even non-romantic wise.
I say the only Augie I've ever known is a guy.
So, and again, I maybe I'm just wrong and it's not that, but my vague understanding is that Augie was like a dude in the books, and it's interesting seeing like the different responses, like think of like the conversation between like Raj and Augie.
You're
Like in
right.
the show, it's framed a little different than I imagine it probably was in the book.
Yeah.
But obviously, we're just watching the show, so we'll go off of that. But interesting just to see all these different character relationships
Yeah.
and the shipping that comes with them.
Always
But yeah, I
fun.
think that wraps it up. Unless there's anything you wanted to add,
No.
I think that wraps it up for our first season of 3 Body Problem. Big sci-fi fan on the couch personally, and looking forward to the next couple seasons.
Yeah, can't wait.
We got Shogun coming up next. I have not seen that one. That'll be my first reaction on the couch for a show that I haven't seen.
either, have you?
So
You'll
me and
like-
Sarah
you'll
will
like
be
that one,
going
huh?
in blind. Tyler's already seen it, so,
So
he'll
good.
take my role of guiding us through it.
It's so good.
And yeah, looking forward to that. So check us out there. Thank you.